Hi, and welcome to Breakthrough Conversations with Coach Pete, and I'm Gloria Liebecker. We've talked recently about the new year, but one of the things that I've found fascinating is listening to people and when they're actually lamenting things about the past year or about experiences from when they were much younger in their life. Do you run across that much, Pete?
Yeah, I do, Gloria, with my clients. Because part of coaching, you do look back a bit. Mostly coaching is about today and tomorrow and moving forward. But in order to understand the individual, the person, themselves, ourselves, we do need to look back a little bit. And in that process, I agree that kind of comes up where people kind of feel badly about missed opportunities or why didn't I learn what I know now back then?
Yeah.
Uh, and there's almost a sadness or a grieving process about what could have been or what should have been. And all this judgment comes in. Do you find that as well?
Yeah, and not just a judgment, but it's like a vortex that can suck them into this mindset of negativity, of lack. Um, and it can be insidious. It can just really kind of, if they get hooked by it, it can be really tenuous to extract themselves again. And that's where I find slowing down the conversation to actually acknowledge what's happening in their inner world, even the sensations in their body, to start to recognize what is the body communicating to them. And so they can begin to learn how to step in and even witness their own life and to gain actually a shift of perception and to acknowledge whatever it was that it's like it's never been acknowledged. And that's why it feels so big. Have you
Right.
have you been down that path with clients?
Yeah, it's like a spiral,
Mm.
We all can tend to do that. We can tend to drop into that hole and it takes us away. Um, Instead of realizing, yes, we can learn different ways for today and tomorrow from our experiences of the past. We can learn from it. We don't have to feel, oh, why didn't I? I should have done this. I could have done that. No, we learned it now. So moving forward, that's something to celebrate and be excited about if we can learn from it and move forward instead of being sucked into this spiral downward. It happens to a lot of people. It's happened to me in the past. There's no question about it. And it's so helpful to realize that and to simply learn from your past experiences, some mistakes, some positive, and how does it apply today and tomorrow? How can I move forward?
Yeah, and I do find though that when someone's taken up short by recognizing something they'd never recognized before, and then they're in that vulnerable position of somebody is with them, somebody else is witnessing this. It's so important to I don't know, it's a gentle exploration that allows the person to be witnessed without shame, without blame. Actually a miraculous experience to have judgment leave the room, but just to recognize the truth of whatever the experience was. And what's true is that human beings are not able to grieve alone. And that's why that vortex can seem so dark and so deep, because when there's things that we have judgments about ourselves and we think they're shameful or they're horrid, we don't want someone else to know about it because we're afraid of their judgment too. We're afraid of abandonment. And so to have an experience where we're not judged, we're not made wrong, we're not made right, we're just acknowledged with what it was like, the impact on our life, that opens a brand new door to a new way of being in life. And it's so important to take the time to sit with those shadows of the past in order for them to begin to dissipate, because there's a lightness that then will come up in its place. But it's not something that can be hurried, it's not something that can be forced. but it's really sacred ground and important to take the time for it.
Oh, definitely. And I love how you always bring up the concept of connection while we're looking at things about our lives as individuals. It's so important to share that or to begin to be able to share that. Even
Yeah.
the dark times, even the sad times. There's a really wonderful book that, again, one of my clients referred to me. It's called Bittersweet. The
Mm,
author is Susan Cain, and it's about almost all people run from a certain feeling. And it's that feeling that actually connects people if we can allow ourselves to face it. And that feeling is sadness. We
mm,
run from it. We don't want to feel sad. But it's the sadness, if we can feel it and express it to someone we trust and care about, that connection will help bring us out of that. And
absolutely.
it's something we can share because everybody feels sad at some point in their lives.
Yeah.
Um, so I love that you always bring up the idea of connection. I think that's so, so important. No matter what we're going through individually, is to, like you say, allow the space, allow the time to connect with someone you care about
Mm.
can make all the difference, can really help us.
Yeah. So, to all of our listeners out there today, I just want to encourage you to make sure that you are reaching out, especially if you do have one of those low spots in your life. Reach out. And if you don't have someone in your world, reach out to one of us. We'd love to connect with you. Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.